Hello friends! Today we're going to be making my spreads for October. I'll be up front and tell you I've prepped a lot for this video, as my health was not great this month and so I did little bits as I was able. I'm starting with this wood design paper and will be positioning my decorations before gluing. My theme this month is dark academia with a hint of magic. By prepping these pictures beforehand, it gave me more time to add extra details. I decided to use glitter this month in a few places, and I do kind of regret it. It looks awesome, but it does tend to continually flake off, and it took so long to dry, and that was due to the choice of glue that I used, so that was my bad. But it is super sparkly. Once everything was stuck down, it needed to be glued into my planner. Because of the glitter, it made it quite difficult to stick down, as I wasn't able to smooth it out as easily. It was my own fault though, as I didn't use a strong enough glue. It still looks really great, and I'm glad that I chose a dark background as a contrast. Now, as you can see here, I did already add the cobwebs in glitter, as once I'd done the title page, I learned how long it took to dry and wanted to make sure that I wouldn't smudge it. I drew out the boxes for my calendar with a black Tombow dual brush pen. I wanted it to look extra crisp and bold. I put the last 2 days of the month on the top row to save space, and I think it looks really nice like that. I took some more of the wood effect paper and cut it into strips and ripped along one side for texture. I glued those in, which was deceptively fiddly, and then I used this Days of the Week washi tape. I'd pre-cut them and I stored them in this super cute Jalen Paperco reusable sticker book. I lined them up with the boxes, and I love the extra pop of sparkle that gold foil adds. I used my Tombow to write in the numbers for each box, and then used another piece of the wood style paper to add what is supposed to be a shelf for the title. I came up with the idea of putting the title into potion bottles and spelling it out that way. It took a lot of trial and error to get the sizing correct, but I think that it was the right call to add these details and not just write the title. There isn't a whole lot of decoration on this page, as it's a page that will look progressively busier the more that I use it. I decided not to title the notes section, as it felt a bit redundant doing so. I liked the simplicity of the page, but also the details. The small spider and a fly in the web was cool, but the details got a little bit lost in the glitter. That's another lesson to be learned. We move on to our mood tracker page now. I cut out some more strips for fake shelves and glued them onto the page. I also added my title, as I needed a closer look and a different angle in order to draw that. Unfortunately, I used a different pen and it bled through a bit, but it's not too bad. Because I really liked the bottles that I used for the calendar, I decided to cut out more and also a few extra designs to use as my colourable trackers. Let's glue those in. Ta-da! The plan is to colour the liquid in the bottles with the corresponding colour for my mood that day. I chose 3 Crayola Super Tips to use. A grey for sad days, a purple for neutral days, and a burgundy red for good days. I also added some washi tape to the top left of the page, as it felt a little bit empty. I also decided to add highlights to the title with my white gel pen, as it looked a little bit flat. My last detail was to add some spiders hanging down from the bottom of the title. It filled some of that empty space, and it kept the design consistent with the previous pages. Okay, I did a bit of an oopsie here and didn't record me writing the titles or drawing the table. That's my bad. Now that I've realised though, I'm going to colour in the titles and add some highlights. I will add some more washi. I really like this design. It reminds me of wallpaper. These are my reading and no spend trackers on some more of that wooden paper. I printed the table using my faux memo printer. I think for the whole spread, I actually used less than half of a sheet of 12 by 12 paper for the wood design, so it goes a long way. I'm adding a bit more of this sparkly silver matte washi tape. And I'm also sticking down a skeleton that I printed out using my faux memo printer also. I had a little bit of technical difficulty as I had not removed all of the backing and didn't realise, but I got there eventually. My last task for this page was to label the columns of my table, and then that's this page complete. The final spread for this video is the first weekly page. I used my Tombow pen to draw the lines again, and added an extra box on this page to include the odd Sunday. I used the same days of the week washi as before, and drew in the numbers and notes title with the Tombow pen also. All that's left to do now is to add a little bit of decoration to jazz up the page. I have this roll of sticky backed craft paper, and I ripped out a half circle shape that I then stuck on the bottom right. I added a bit more of those washi tapes. I was kind of winging it at this point and was just trying to add the tape wherever I could get away with it. I printed out a medical skull drawing that I found on Google using the Phonema printer once again, and I added that on top of the craft paper. I really loved how the page looked, but I felt that it was missing a little something, so I quickly drew in a cobweb and a teeny tiny dangly spider dude to finish it off. I also added a few little sparkles, because why not? And that is everything for this Plan With Me. But let's take another look at all of the spreads. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear what you think in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please click the heart button. It makes me super happy. And maybe you might even consider subscribing. Thank you once again. Bye!